Hello again. Sorry that I had to cut that one short. It was because I'm from Sweden and we have this every every Monday 3 o'clock first month. They are testing like the air warning and air warning is siren system. So that was what you heard, and I thought it would get pretty loud here, so that's why I cut the video. I forgot actually to look here at the game, what actually happened in the game between Adams and Filippov. So um, this was the position we started in, and I reasoned that bishop b4 was best, and it was also the move that Adams played. And here I thought rook c8 was an obvious move because he threatens to take here, and he also moves out of this. And now I didn't think like what should I do here. Sometimes it's a little bit practical, like if it's like it's maybe not correct because it makes you a little bit lazy, but I saw like he has to do this one, so like I thought I will start to think like after he has done this move. But I remember bishop a6 was a move I thought about too, because he threatens rook b4 takes. And then I would have to take in all the candidate moves here again. For example, moving the king is of course possible. Not moving the queen, for example, moving here was a possibility. And also this move was also a move that I would have analyzed, because he would probably have to take it, and it moves out of this. So maybe I would have done this actually. It looked this one looks pretty good, but again, I'm happy that I got to trade my bad knight, because I think this knight is just worse than this one. So to get this trade would have been something that I would be happy with as white. And I couldn't do this one because he had might have some chances just to take like this. I didn't like that, so that's the reason I played this first. So the game me against the computer would probably have ended, if the computer played correctly, it would probably have been something like this. And here we can see that black has a forcing move here. This one, it can't be taken because he can probably just take the bishop here. Take and take should be winning for black. So would have done something, needed to do something else here. And yeah, but this would have been something that actually I should have looked at even more, because it looks like the only move that doesn't lose here is to give the check first. So let's see what would have happened. For example, here. Then yeah, still can't take, so you have to move the bishop here. The disadvantage of bishop b4 is of course this d4 thing here. So apparently the computer likes to give the exchange here actually. That's interesting, or just something like that here, and if you want to go like this. So this reminds me a little bit about the Botvinnik variation in the Semislav, where black also gets a weak king, and he also often plays like offensive with it, even if many pieces are here, because yeah. So that also this exchange sec doesn't look so bad. For example, something like this, it's black has good enough compensation here. Okay, so let's just see what happened in the game. So he played that one. So yeah, this pawn is getting lost now, but I guess Adam saw this trade knight and then this d4, and he didn't like it. But this is still fine for white, but this, yeah, the knight is just worse than the bishop now, in my opinion. Here it's interesting. He doesn't have to move the rook because black cannot take because of the queen, and if he moves the rook, something like this looked more natural, but I guess he saw this one and he can't do this because of that. So that would just be forced to trade the rooks. So maybe that's why the computer likes to get luft for the king first. Maybe threatening here, but then he has the chance to. At least this one wins a tempo for white because he has played this move compared to rook e7 at once. But he played here instead, obviously threatening here. And only move is to play here. And then blockade the pawn. So the pawn is blockaded, so it shouldn't be so dangerous for white here, just because it's pretty hard for black to get rid of this pawn, this rook. You would like positionally, you would like to have the knight as a blockading knight. If the knight could go to d3, then white would be safe here. But you can see still computer thinks this is fine for white. Just hard to get rid of this one. But the game ended pretty fast, and it was because I looked a little bit at the game. White started to play badly here. So he played that one. That was not correct. Rook e6 was correct. Because now, yeah. Basically, the queen was good here. It made it so that white had to like still defend the rook, basically. So that was a mistake. And it threatens to take here. And black didn't defend. Looks normal to go here, but he can always check and take a pawn. So basically white is winning back the pawn now. But for some reason he didn't take it. Could have taken the pawn. But he got luft for his king. That was also fine. And as you can see, black wants to... the computer wants to play g6, so white cannot take the pawn again. This is also fine. Now he's threatening some stuff here. And here apparently white made a big mistake. He goes here to defend the pawn, but there will be some tactical problems with that. It would have been better just to go here. When he take, can either check or just something like this. So as we can see here, this is almost, despite black being up a pawn, white is actually winning here because that king is just way too weak here. Well, that's interesting. Black is up a pawn, but white is completely winning because weak king side, weak here. So actually best tries to go something like that apparently. Yeah. Black still has the weak king, but yeah, he shouldn't trade the bishop. The bishop is superior to the knight, so it's correct to keep it. Okay, but he didn't play that. He played rook c2. It was a mistake. Then black made a good move here, attacking the rook. He checked. And now two very big mistakes. He, of course, shouldn't allow the pawn to go forwards. He should defend the rook. Like whatever way he does it, defend with the queen is fine. And he actually could have taken here also because of this tactics. Something like this. This is not so easy to see, but this is a perpetual for white here. But to realize that, yeah, you shouldn't let d3 come is that's pretty quite obvious. But he must have made some calculating error here later. Yeah, only moves to go back here. So he played here, and this was apparently, and I guess the problem will be that maybe he could take, and then there's something on f2 in the end. So let's just see what should he play. He should have played this one. because this, yeah, let's see here. What's happening here? Okay, it's not so obvious, but okay, so he wins. He gets this position. So the computer always loves the queen. The computer always loves the queen. Even here you can see even here where black has two rook and a point, like a pawn, so he should be 1 point up, but the computer loves the queen. Of course, he can probably win some of the queenside pawns here. But you might remember that if the black king was here, then Kramnik won this position against Leku with in the World Championship match with two rooks, 3 pawn on the king side against the queen and 3 pawns on the king side. But yeah, computer loves the queen. He thinks that's worth like not only 9 but maybe 10 or 11 points often. Okay, so he played this one, and it's a tactical error, as you can see. What he missed, it was that he could take here. For example, something like this. Take, take, take. And this is a winning endgame. It's 2 pawns up, so it's a winning endgame for black here. So he can't do that. So what he did instead was to take here, but that only loses a rook. I guess he thought maybe he had some drawing checks, but there is just one check here. King here, and this one is just defended. And if checks like this, maybe this was what he thought. And this one is defended, so there is no check here. He can't do this because the pin. Okay, so it's, yeah, he tried that, but he didn't even do the correct way, but that's also fine, of course. Yeah, okay, so I just wanted to show this how this game ended also. So okay, so see you next video.